Hello, Brigadiers and Brigadettes, and hockey fans alike. This is your captain speaking. Welcome to my channel. Now let's jump into some hockey content. Hello, everybody. We're going to be talking today, or weekly Wednesdays, about basically the Sharks for 2 out of the 3 things, and then the third one is going to be more about the Devils and the Buffalo Sabres. I'm going to try to talk a little bit more quiet so we don't get some weird audio, but I'm concerned about that. But we're going to get that figured out with the microphone as soon as possible. We're trying different things. Anyway, let's talk about Patrick Marleau breaking the all-time record for games played. He broke Gordie Howe's record, and it's just an amazing accomplishment. It really is. I've never been a big San Jose Sharks fan. I do love their logo and their jerseys. As I get older, I think I start to like the Sharks a little bit more than I did as a kid because of Thornton and Marleau. And one thing you have to understand about this incredible record-breaking thing is he did this, his first season in the league was before I was even born. I wasn't born until 2000, and I'm 21. And he played his first game in the league in 1997. So almost a quarter of a century of success. Now, Marleau obviously is not the player that he once was, but it's just one of those things that to have somebody that can still play in the league almost 25 years after they've been in the league, that's incredible. And you know, the great thing is, for the most of this, he's been able to spend it with the San Jose Sharks. And you know, I think that it's kind of frustrating because I didn't want to see him go to the Maple Leafs. I didn't want him to definitely go to the Penguins, but you know, it's basically for the most part been with the Sharks. And you know, he is 50th all-time for points. He's 50th all-time for, or he's 80th for assists, excuse me. And I believe he's 50th for goals as well. So, just all in all, just a great guy that's been able to carve out a Hall of Fame career, I think. We'll see how it goes. I mean, those records aren't nothing. You know, they don't stand for nothing, as somebody would say. And even without his time with Pittsburgh and Toronto, he would still sit 37th all-time for goals. Actually, he's 23rd, it says on here, all time for goals. And just an amazing career. And you know, again, I think as I get older, I start to appreciate Marleau more. And it seems like he's going to want to play next year as well. I don't think it'll be with the Sharks. Seems like he wants to play for a cup contender. I know it's tough. I apologize, Sharks fans. But with that being said, that actually pushes us into our next segment, which is about the Sharks themselves possibly making the playoffs. They're currently 6th in their division, but they're only 4 points back of the Coyotes right now, if I read that right. And they've played one less game than the Coyotes. They have, I think, 4 games left with the Coyotes. I know they do have a few meetings with the Avalanche, so that's rough. But if you could just take 1 or 2 against the Avalanche, I think they might play them 4 more times as well. I could be wrong. And then take care of business against the Coyotes. Maybe you make it into the playoffs. I don't know what St. Louis is going to do. The thing is, though, I think, you know, culturally, for the Sharks at this point, they could really use a playoff appearance, and they could really use just a breath of fresh air, something good, because it seems like the Sharks' fall from grace has been staggering. And it went from one of those franchises that's been good, kind of like a cool franchise that's consistently good, things like that, to being a team that's just got a lot of error. And if they could just get this breath of fresh air, maybe it doesn't make them a playoff contender every year, but it'd just be something nice, a sigh of relief for the franchise. Again, I'm not really sure how that's going to work out and if they can get this thing turned around, but hopefully for Sharks fans, maybe they can make the playoffs. Personally, I'd like to see Arizona get back in there just because I have a little bit more of a soft spot for them. I think that they haven't had as much success, so I'd like to see them make it, but you never know. We'll see. Or St. Louis could get there. We don't know. And then finally, for my weekly Wednesdays, we're going to be talking about the Sabres and the Devils missing the playoffs yet again. The Sabres, wow, this is, it's kind of crazy because I got back into hockey the 2013-14 season, I believe it was, maybe the 14-15 season. I think it was the 13-14 season, but really jumped back into it the 14-15 season, whichever year it was before they got Eichel. I'm pretty sure that was, it doesn't matter. But anyway, when they were trying to tank for Eichel was the year I got back into hockey pretty well. And they haven't made the playoffs since then. As a kid, they were a pretty good team that I like to watch. And here they are, 10 straight years without the playoffs. You know, if you're a father or anything like that, and you've got a child and they watch hockey, or a parent, regardless, whatever. But if you're somebody that's a Sabres fan and you've got a child, they haven't even been able to experience playoff hockey if they're, younger than 10. And it's got to be frustrating for a franchise that has so much great support, and they are just such a great franchise in terms of a fan base. And one day I really do hope they can hoist the Stanley Cup. I will celebrate with them. We'll have a drink with Sabres fans, guarantee it. If I'm big enough, Sabres fans want to get together, we will have a party for you. And I guess the one positive you can take away here is Anders Bjork has got 3 points in 5 games played since the trade, since he's been over there. And I probably will try to pay a little bit more attention to the Sabres as the season winds down and see if I'm seeing any positives. And so we'll see where it goes there. And then the Devils, this is the 3rd straight season for them without the playoffs. And, special teams, I think, is one thing that's just killing them. They are 29th on the power play at 13.3%. That is terrible. They are so bad on the PK. They are 31st in the league, and they have killed off 69.8% of their penalty kill opportunities to kill off. That's got to be an all-time low record for, I don't know, it just seems like it's got to go for a while, and it's something that's going to have to get fixed. I know the Nico Hischier injury probably did not help this team, and, I really wish I could say that there's going to be some positives for the Devils right away, but I think they're going to miss the playoffs as well as the Sabres for the next few years. The one positive I will say is Jack Hughes has had a better second year than his first year. I think he's got 24 points in 45 games played, I'm pretty sure. And last year he only had 21 in 61 or something like that. So Hughes has developed more offensively. I think that he's pretty gifted. And I am aware that their division's pretty hard. One thing I will say is there are some concerns for me. You have the Islanders, you have the Rangers, you have the Hurricanes, which I think are the future teams of the division, even though the Capitals and the Penguins are pretty good. And so it concerns me because New Jersey, they're going to have to be pretty good in the future if they want to make the playoffs, because I think those 3 teams are going to be pretty good. I know I've bought in maybe a little bit too much with the Rangers, but I think they have a lot of potential. And I don't know, we'll see. I just really hope they can figure it out, them and the Sabres, and be competitive. I wish every team in the league was competitive, pushing for a playoff spot every year, but unfortunately that's not the case. But that's going to wrap it up for the video today. I hope the audio is a little bit better. I promise you we will get this audio fixed. Please be patient with me. Everybody, make sure to subscribe if you're new. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Stay safe, have a great day, and stay away from COVID, alright? Goodbye, Brigadiers and Brigadettes, and hockey fans in general. This is your captain signing off. Have a great week.